From Louisville, Kentucky. How's it going out there tonight on Saturday night? SAT. What comes next? You are DAY. Saturday night. Where does that come from? Where they spell it out like that? Think about 1973. What song did that come from? What artist? SAT, you are DAY.
Led Zeppelin.
No, not Led Zeppelin. Let's try the Bay City Rollers. Saturday night. That's one of the songs I like that they sang. The big 60th anniversary at the Citifield Met Stadium happened last night. 60th anniversary of the Beatles coming to Shea Stadium. The first big rock stadium show of all time, 55,000 people. Mikey Rugla was there last night, and so was Daniel Costello.
T-Shirt Express said, "Happy Saturday, Sticker Family."
How you doing, T-Shirt Express? So 1964, the tribute was the band that's, I guess, at 6:30 last night played all 12 tracks that the Beatles played at the Shea Stadium concert. Was it a pretty big crowd there, Mikey or Daniel? If you're here yet, it looked to me like it was half full, about 20,000 people.
Uncle Paul said, "Happy Saturday night, Sticker Family."
How you doing, Uncle Paul? We need to get you back on one of our me and Mikey's Every Little Thing Beatles episode coming up here in the next month.
T-shirt?
No.
You said it? All right.
No.
So the first 15,000 that got in last night received one of those souvenir T-shirts. It looked like they had two Shea Stadium full-size tickets on the front. They're pretty cool. They'll be going on eBay for some money real shortly.
A Little Beatles Corner said, "Hello, all help everyone as well."
How you doing, Patricia?
Dave Evans said, "Good evening, Frank and Sticker
How you
Family."
doing, Dave Evans?
T-Shirt Express said, "I sold about 100 Beatles Met logo T-shirts."
All right. So were you astounded there, Dave Evans, by the sound of that No Dice Badfinger UK first pressing? I was.
And Nicole said, "Hi, Frank and Sticker Granddaughter."
How you doing, Nicole? It was nice meeting you in Chicago last week.
Thomas Crook said, "Hello, Frank, Travis."
Thomas Crook was in our live stream last Saturday night there for a few seconds while he was left his dinner table for a second. I'm glad you joined in there.
Mikey said, "Hi, Frank and Sticker Family."
How you doing, Mikey? Was there like 20,000 people in attendance there last night? That was a great interview. You got interviewed by 1010 WINS.
Yeah, I'm fucking delete that.
Who was the DJ for WINS 101 WINS in '64 when the Beatles came to America? I'm sure Mikey knows that. But now it's called 101 WINS All News.
Uncle Paul said, "Just did 2 hours with Joe Mayo. Yes, want to come with you and Mikey again."
All right.
I want to meet you and Mikey again.
I'll have to watch you and Joe Mayo. Did you do a live stream?
Carl Sebastian said, "Hi, STICKERMANIA."
How you doing, Carl? Haven't heard from you in a bit.
Wolfie Baby said, "Frank, Sticker Family."
Wolfie Baby.
Dave Evans said, "Frank, it's awesome."
The Wolfie Baby, the Flip Your Wig game hasn't sold yet. It's on eBay right now. I did sell the Funko Pops, and I sold the. Show me that blue vinyl box. In that box.
Can you grab that? The blue vinyl box.
Just sold for $850 yesterday.
Mikey said he met David Goldstein at City Field last night.
Danny Goldstein.
It says David.
I heard you guys talk for about 20 minutes. That's pretty cool.
I thought it was Danny.
Dan, is he in the chat yet?
Who?
Danny, he just said hi, folks.
Yeah, do you want I'm late on sending your Hassel's pictures. Do you want them sent to your Texas address or the East Coast address? Got to send them out Monday. I'll throw in this Billy Joel Greatest Hits album with it.
He meant Danny.
I thought so. I was just double checking.
Little Beatles Corny said Murray the K.
Murray the K is the answer.
Mikey said it after. Uncle Paul said yes was live today. Polly said good evening, Stickermania family. Uncle Paul said cousin Brucey. John H said hello, Sticker family.
Cousin Brucey, I don't know if he was on 101 OWINS. I thought you may be right. I thought he was on WABC, the good guys, but you may be right. I'd have to look that up. So that was a great interview. Mikey got on that. I saw that 1010 WINS All News. That was great that they interviewed Mikey. He told the whole story how he went to Shea Stadium with his dad in 1966. I hear that Mikey's gonna do an interview with somebody that's has a connection to Connie DeNave next week. He must have bought all of Connie's furniture out of her offices in New York when she closed them up. So that'll be pretty cool.
And then Mikey Rigolo said that he meant Danny whenever I said David. And then Dave Evans said Frank No Dice is spectacular.
It is.
Mikey said they gave out replica of Shea, not t-shirts.
Did they have the 2 tickets on the front of the shirts? Is that the shirt they gave out? I saw somebody wear 4 guys wearing that shirt that had the full-size Shea Stadium tickets on it. Is that what they gave out?
Johnny Ramon said yo yo. Dan in Florida said hi friends. Mike Regulus, I know he was on WABC Monday. Richard Alder.
Talking about cousin Bruce.
Cousin Brucey I was right. He was on WABC.
And Kevin W said hello from San Diego. Love the show.
How you doing, Kevin? Haven't talked to you before. Welcome.
Well, he's been in it before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right. A few notes about the Shea Stadium. And then I'll show what's on the table.
They did not.
Give out shirts.
They did not have the ticket stubs on them.
They didn't give out shirts. He said.
So that must be other shirts. Maybe Polly's making shirts like that. So the Beatles received 100.
You had to buy the shirt, so maybe that's why they.
Oh, they had them for sale. How much were they? $50. Beatles received 160,000 out of the 304,000 gate admissions that night at Shea Stadium. So I'd say Sid Bernstein made some money that night. So the Beatles were on from 9:17 p.m. to 9:53 p.m. is when they were on stage. The stage was 6 feet high. And you guys already answered this, who was the first MC, master of ceremonies of the show before Ed Sullivan introduced the Beatles? And one of you already said cousin Brucey.
Brad Parnell said hello everybody.
There were 100, how you doing, Brad Parnell? We got a local.
Danny Goldstein.
115 youngsters received first aid treatment that night. There were 250 policemen and 500 private policemen and ushers that night at Shea Stadium on August 15th, 1965. There were around 75 scalpers working around the stadium selling the tickets for more than face value. There was a protest outside with Met fans holding signs, and one of them said, "Stay off of our infield, you hairy hounds." So I thought that was pretty funny. All right, that's my Shea Stadium. Might as well show my Shea Stadium.
T-shirt Express said I make the Mets logo, but it says the Beatles inside instead.
Gotcha.
And Danny said East Coast, New York.
Okay, that's where you want me to send the Hassel's photos Monday. Thanks. So this is part of the Diane collection. I bought the other day. I'm not going to show all of it because some of it's going to be saved for Mikey's Every Little Beatles episode number 11 on Wednesday, August 20th. This is a what do you call that when you went into a photo booth? Picture of Diane that had this whole collection I got a hold of, her estate.
Danny Florida said, okay, never mind.
So this is the ticket stub from that night at Shea Stadium, August 15th, 1965. It cost $5.65 face value. It was in the mezzanine box. I guess that would have been behind the field level. That was a button she wore that night. I love the Beatles. And a lot of these facts that I talked about Shea Stadium all came from articles out of the New York Tribune and New York Times the next day. My personal opinion is it's more reliable to read the news the next day for facts than it is in Beatle books. This one's called The Beatles Win Looney Leaguers Pennant at Shea. Beatlemania overwhelms Idols and Shea concert. The Beatles turn Mets home into a one-horse Shea. And then that's the program that she held on to for that night at Shea Stadium. So that's a big picture that was by a professional photographer in New York that made real large in the 60s after that concert. So you can see it's full all the way to the top level. I could see it was pretty, not too many people were on the top level last night when Mikey and Daniel was there. They showed a couple minute today on YouTube of the 64 tribute doing Ticket to Ride, but they shouldn't have put it up there because the sound of the vocals you hear out in the stadium, where you hear the drums in the live feed, and they don't match up right, so it makes the band look like they're not that great, but they are a great tribute band, one of the best in the world. So kind of does a disservice by putting that video up, but that's how the sound goes out in the stadium like that and comes back. It's a little bit of delay.
Why is there a big poster?
Where's what?
Why is there a big poster?
Big poster.
Mikey Regla said, not true, it was filled last night, but mostly for the Mets.
Did the Mets or the Mariners? Who won? So that's, I got the Murray the K. I'll show that. This came from Diane's collection also, all this Murray the K fan club kit. And Perry Cox sold the picture sleeve and the record, interview record, but he didn't have staple holes. Almost all of them had staple holes on the top like these do. But he sold one without staple holes for $600 last night.
He said Beatles night was a bonus, Marinas won.
All right. So the Mets didn't win.
Nope.
Debbie's her name. We'll cover up her address.
I know where Debbie.
That's a postcard from the Murray the K fan club. It says on the bottom, W101 wins in 64. That's when they were on the train going from New York to Washington for the first show, concert in America, February 11th. And there's the Murray the K fan club pin back. There's she didn't fill any of these out, which is pretty cool. That's their fan club card in the original holder, plastic holder from Murray the K. And there's a bumper sticker that's not been used. Murray the K says, "I'm what's happening, baby." All this Murray the K fan club kit is up on my STICKERMANIA up on top. STICKERMANIA 2853 eBay store.
Johnny Ramon said Perry sold a Beatles record player for $9K.
Yep, 9K, you're right. I got some, one of my main buyers asked me 2 days before, what did I think that Beatles record player would sell with Perry Cox? And I said anywhere between $8,000 and $9,000. So I predicted that 2 days ahead of time. So there's a fan club photo that's auto pinned. You're what's happening, Murray the K.
Can you predict if it'll snow this winter?
There's a Murray the K and his friends. And he's got Beatles on the back. That's what's happening, baby. And he's got all the other Stones and all the other groups he was associated with. Leslie Gore, Dave Clark 5, the Rolling Stones, Jerry and the Pacemakers. Murray got himself in with all the British invasion. And then even on the back it says Murray the K and Jackie the K. I don't know if Jackie was his girlfriend. Don't know the story of that.
I'm the boss and I'll be
Alright, so
Just let me get through this Murray the K.
Hold
One more minute. Then this flyer was in the Murray the K kit. This is a cardboard flyer that advertises an Easter show in 1965. And I can't believe all these groups were on the same bill. They must have only done 2 songs each. But Jerry and the Pacemakers, Marvin Gaye, the Miracles, Martha and the Vandellas, the Temptations, the Four Tops, the Marvelettes, the Righteous Brothers, Little Anthony and the Imperials, Cannonball and the Headhunters. You can see all those groups for $3.50. And then there's some other paperwork that came from the Murray the K fan club. And the fan club certificate that wasn't filled out either. So all that's in my Murray the K fan club kit that is on my STICKERMANIA 2853 eBay store. Alright, what's the messages say?
I'm the boss and I'll be allowed that guy. So what do you think of a 1964 Capitol Records 45 countertop display with 2 rows that says great music on the left?
You're past two lines.
we want to know what
What is it? What year is it from?
1964 Capitol Records 45 countertop display with 2 rows that says great music on the left, Capitol logo, and great artists on the right.
I'd have to see that. It'd be worth a lot if it's really from 1964.
That's right, you should listen. Johnny,
A motion display from 1964. There's only a few left in the world where the Beatles' heads are moving, and it's worth $10,000-$20,000.
Johnny Ramon said Perry sold Wesley bass drum sold for $6.
You're talking awful low. I don't know what you're saying.
Perry sold Wesley's bass drum
Not
sold
less.
for
Yes.
$6K.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'm the post not be allowed to die. Said it's made of wood.
Well, we already said that. You could have just stopped.
Okay. All right, let's show what's on the table. September 9th, 2009 was a big day in Beatles history when they remastered all the Beatle albums. Of course, I got to show Beatles for Sale. Abbey Road. And this had a mini DVD and the Beatles Past Masters is still sealed. And then the Rock Band came out that night, September 9th, 2009. And that's a big poster that's covered up. But these Target also got these t-shirt and 7-inch that they sold in the store. And it started September 9th, and they only had a limited supply. And the large and extra large were swapped up within the first 2 days. And the only thing left in the store that weekend when I went into a Target store was small and medium. So we got Can't Buy Me Love. Compare it to my $1,800 picture sleeve of Can't Buy Me Love, the original. And this has got a reproduction in this box. You got Help. Each one of these has a different colored t-shirt in it. That has a blue one, that has a red one. It says John, Paul, George, and Ringo. The blue one just says the Beatles. You got Hello, Goodbye. It's got a picture of the Beatles on the, like the purple t-shirt. And then you got Let It Be with a white t-shirt with their image on right before one of the last photos where they were all together. All right, and then the Rock Band, the sleeve, and then we got the big poster that came out in the, what store did this come out in? What's it say? Where would this have been sold at? The Rock Band?
GameStop.
GameStop?
Yeah, GameStop.
So it's a regular print on the front, and it's a little bit different on the back.
Right there, look at it.
Yeah, it looks to me like the same on the back. So that was a big day in Beatles history in September 9th, 2009. All right, put that back there in the corner.
Kevin W wants to know how much for the Let It Be box. Oh, in Let It Be box. Yeah.
Well, I'm selling all 4 of those together. All sealed, the large and extra large size. And the 4 I would sell for $140 shipped. All right, a little bit of trivia question we'll do now after a few chapel moments. On Spotify today, the song I said was going to be the summer song of 2025 finally got to #1 on Spotify. Love Me Not by Ravane Lene. Do you guys like that song? I think it's going to be a banger forever. Love Me Not. Chapel went down to #2 with The Subway, and Justin Bieber's #3 with Daisies. On the UK singles chart next week, Golden from the K-pop movie Hunter X The Girls, Golden is going to be #1, and The Subway by Chappell Roan is going to be #2. But can you believe Don't Look Back in Anger? How old is that song? 16, 18 years old. Is back in the top 20 in England. Don't Look Back in Anger. Song's a lot like the Beatles. If you've ever heard it. Starts out just like Imagine, John Lennon's Imagine. And on the UK album charts, Oasis is #1 with their box set 1994 to 2009. And earlier today, I tell you this happens every so often, Goodwill out of Maryland put out a lot of rough Beatle albums on eBay, and one of them was a butcher cover, and they didn't even notice it. There were 22 watchers, including me, and I bid $444 with 2 seconds to go, and I got outbid. But there was a West Coast mono butcher cover in the middle of a lot of rough Beatle albums that a Goodwill did not even know it was a butcher cover, and they had a price tag of 29 cents on the butcher cover. So that's a pretty amazing story. It still can happen after all these years.
Brad Cornell said, I thought of you this morning when I was at the store and saw a magazine with Chapel on the cover. I think it just said Chapel on it real big.
Yeah, probably. She's on the cover of a lot of magazines. All right, a few other things that came from that club. We're going to do the trivia question.
Yeah, that's what I thought we were doing.
These trivia questions got to do with the Beatles at Shea Stadium. Going to give away this sealed Paul McCartney Polar Lights Yellow Submarine model kit from 1999. I got this at the South Louisville Toy Mall.
No, I want to play
Yesterday. I got it. They didn't have John. They had George. They're all sealed. Ringo. and Paul.
No, I won it.
I'm just giving away the Paul there today. Paul and this, Mikey would know a little bit more about this than I do. It's probably a Hong Kong Beatles knockoff from the mid-60s. It says Beatlemania with Paul McCartney on the header card.
Mikey said he bought the something new paste over.
Wow, Mikey, you stepped up to the plate on that. I'm not even going to say I know what it sold for, but we'll talk about that Wednesday. Wow, you're going to be the only one in the world to have that. You like those one-of-a-kind items.
He said Spanish.
Oh, this is from, yeah, it does look like Spanish writing on the bottom there. It's got all 4 plastic figures. It's got a drummer, 2 guitarists, and a left-hand bass
He
guitarist.
said got it for $750.
You got it for $750? All right. Because it says it sold for $2,940. That's why you can't trust that sold listings on eBay when they take an offer. It doesn't show on their sold listings. All right, here's our 3 trivia questions to do with the Shea Stadium concert 1965, August 5th, the Beatles at Shea Stadium. Approximately, you got to get this within one. How many unused tickets for that night at Shea Stadium have survived to this day? How many unused tickets have survived to this day to see the Beatles at Shea Stadium on August 15th, 1965? Question 2. What part of the stadium, Shea Stadium, did approximately 20, mostly boys, make it into the stadium without tickets before the police ran them down and escorted them out of the stadium? They didn't arrest them. What part of the stadium did they make it into without tickets? It happened during the show. You can see it in the Shea Stadium film.
If they're not all in one comment, I'm not going to read it.
Number 3, after the concert, what kind of vehicle did the Beatles take to the top of the fair? That's where not state fair, what do you call it?
State fair.
No, not state fair. When the fair for the whole
World
United
Fair?
States, the whole United States.
The World Fair.
World's Fair. What kind of vehicle did the Beatles take to the World's Fair helicopter platform where they hopped into a helicopter and went to the Warwick Hotel? What kind of vehicle did they take from the stadium to the World's Fair helicopter where they got on a helicopter?
5 bullpen armored truck.
What is it?
5 bullpen armored truck.
No, but you're close. Mikey, you're pretty close. There's a few more than 5. And the part of the stadium, what would be the lowest part of the stadium that you could sneak into with the police barriers? They stacked them up and they climbed them like ladders.
Okay, look at this one.
Wells Fargo, you got that one right. You got to have all 3 in the same one there, Mikey.
We should have skipped that one, but okay.
That's what I was saying.
30, not 30.
Stop.
How many unused tickets have survived to this day?
Thomas, we're not reading it. You got to put them all.
If you don't put them all in one, they're not getting read.
Uh,
Nobody else has answered yet.
Nope.
So you're looking.
Nope. Anybody else want to try questions one more time? How many unused tickets have survived to this day within one?
Don't, Paul.
What part of the stadium did 20, mostly boys, climb up police barriers and sneak into the concert, and then they got run down by the police during the show?
Yeah, 3 people. Look at.
After the concert, they took a Mets station wagon outside of the stadium but they didn't take that. They transferred to something else, but Mikey already knows what they transferred to, and which was a Wells Fargo armored truck.
All right, look at we got 5/8. Look at them, Buzz.
Gregory Field.
No, this is
Paul
the first
should not be
one.
a lot of guys, Buzz.
The 20.
No.
Then Greg.
Greg is pretty close.
Then Paul.
It wasn't the bullpen. It's awful close to the bullpen.
Everyone's saying the bullpen. Keep
How
going.
about Thomas Crook? No.
What I read in the newspaper article wasn't the bullpen where they snuck in.
Okay, try. I don't know. That?
No.
That.
Dugout, that's the same as the bullpen.
Well, then there's none for you to read.
All right.
Dugout, the bullpen on the same, that different.
All right, I guess we don't have a winner today, according
Hold
to
on, look at Greg Field.
Who said we're done yet?
It's not the dugout.
Well.
All right, look at Paul.
It's not the batting box. Isn't that all the same?
Oh, man, I hate we're not going to be able to give away, y'all. Look at C.
All right.
No, he did.
Where's the grandson?
Didn't
Okay.
do his homework.
According to the articles I read the next day, there were 9 tickets that survived. The part of the stadium where the boys went across was the center field fence.
Oh, my God.
That would have been the lowest place. And after the concert, they took a Wells Fargo armored truck. So
Maybe we'll try again
we'll
next
try
week.
this on Wednesday with every little
yeah.
thing Beatles episode with Mikey Arugula.
Well, I guess.
I read all these answers straight from the articles the next morning.
First giveaway we've had that did not work.
Caesar wanted to know if Skylar did his homework.
No, it's not him. It's Braden. He asked Braden about certain music class on the stream when you didn't do
But
it.
Gregory Field was pretty darn close.
Stop being rude.
All right, there's some few things more to show.
Dang, I wanted someone to win.
Yeah, can't happen every time.
Hey, that's the
I
plan.
know, now I got something to give away. I'll give away all 3 of the
No, you won't.
model kits on Wednesday.
I was like, no.
So this, I sold my sealed Sgt. Pepper from 1978, and I sold my sealed honky Rolling Stones Through the Dark Paisley, the import first press from 1969. I sold that to the one of my best lady buyers on the West Coast. And Abbey Road sold on eBay, my STICKERMANIA 2853 store, but I still sell this for $110 FedEx ship. A sealed 1978 UK stereo Sgt. Pepper.
His name is Braden, but he don't really get on here unless I can't come.
All right, we showed the Beatles. This hasn't been paid for. If somebody wants to swoop in and buy this second state butcher cover in the shrink with $1.97 price tag, the price is $2,500 FedEx 2 days ship.
Hey, that is $1.
If I don't get the cash for this next week, I think I'm going to attempt to peel it. I do have 2 stereo East Coast butcher covers coming in the next 3 days that I'm going to peel.
Why is there a cup on the floor?
Don't think Canada, a seller from Canada had a lot of reel-to-reels. I don't think I've shown this yet. He had all the expensive Led Zeppelin and some Beatles, but he had the only one that was sealed was the Beatles Beach Boys Christmas album. Original price tag was $1.99 Christmas special. A factory sealed 3 3/4 inch reel-to-reel. Kevin from Kevin Records thinks I should hold on to this till Christmas to sell it.
Oh my God, Christmas is coming up.
And we showed the Led Zeppelin. A couple other things from the. Did I say her name was Debbie? Right, Debbie. Debbie's part of her estate. I got these paperback books. I know that's nothing spectacular, but they're in perfect shape from 1964. That one's pretty rare. The True Story of the Beatles by Billy Shepherd. What's another name for Billy Shepherd? It's in the track With a Little Help from Your Friends. Billy Shepherd, or who's going to get that one right? What's another name for Billy Shepherd? Somebody that hung out with the Beatles in 1964, and then there were rumors at Sgt. Pepper time he took over for somebody in the Beatles.
Bill Shepherd.
Billy Shears.
Oh, I got it.
Nobody said that?
Me.
Another perfect condition from her estate. I don't know how she kept all these things in this kind of condition, but it's got the color photo in the middle. No rust on the staples from 1964. And she had some pretty rare magazines. The Ringo's photo album, what had some of the photos that he put in his book a couple years ago. All the photos are in this magazine are taken by Ringo Starr in 1964. The Beatles talking pictures is pretty funny. It has captions. On the back it says, John Lennon says, "That's funny, I had 5 fingers on that hand when I started."
Mikey actually did say Billy Shears. I just didn't see it.
All right.
Or he said it after.
Couple of 16 magazines with the Beatles on the cover. That's a pretty good picture of the Beatles there. And the Beatles book too. So all that came from the Debbie estate, besides all the Murray the K and the Shea Stadium and the 1964 benefit show the Beatles did at the Paramount that I'll talk about more on Wednesday with Mikey Arugula.
Have you seen the Carolina, I guess, number 45 list? Doesn't say the Beach Boys. Both sides say Brian Wilson. And I have a Canadian capital. Only
Yeah, that's they didn't. Yeah, it says Brian Wilson. Caroline No from Pet Sounds.
Oh, that's what it's
Yeah,
called.
they released it under Brian Wilson. I've seen it before. It's pretty valuable. All right, are we over a half hour yet?
Yes. We're 40
We
minutes.
already running out of stuff. Did you not get that collection in, or is that all the stuff that was in that collection?
All the except for what I'm showing with Mikey.
Okay.
Oh, we talked about the hassles. We got some. I got this to go with my photos from my Connie Denave collection. A ticket stub to see the Rolling Stones on October 24th, 1964 at the Music Academy of Music. Mikey might know where that is in New York. The orchestra tickets cost $7.50. And look who promoted it, Sid Bernstein. And that night, they gave out this little ticket. It wasn't a ticket, but it's made out of cardboard to promote a Sid Bernstein show. The Rolling Stones are coming to our next concert with the Rolling Stones, Saturday 1st, November 6th. And it doesn't say where it's going to be at. And on the bottom it says the Rascals are coming. So Sid Bernstein also promoted the Rascals when Young Rascals when they were in concert in the New York area. But I have some contacts of the Rolling Stones on the marquee and on stage from the concert that night that I'm getting developed that I'll be able to show in a future episode.
T-shirt wants this show.
He has a baby head on his hand. That's crazy.
What's the butcher?
Yep, Mikey's shown this before. It's pretty cool how it's got George on a bench in the back holding a baby head.
Do you paint it? Or you just
I don't know
could
if
if you wanted
Paulie, has anybody painted one of these yet?
Let me paint it.
All right, I don't think I have. You guys got any questions here for the next 5 minutes, and then we will be done tonight. Talked about chapel, talked about that.
You showed the wing games last time.
Oh yeah, I'll show the wing game.
I hate wingdings.
So from Mazzy, I made a deal. I traded these high tops from a Beatles dealer at New Jersey, Beetle Fest. He's sending me a stereo butcher cover, second state. I'm going to trade for these wingding high tops. But from Mazzy, I have the blue ones, the blue sneakers coming in perfect condition in the box with the protective wingding wrapping. And one of those sold on eBay a couple weeks ago for $1,900.
Can I wear them to school?
But I got it coming from Mazzy. We'll show both sneakers on Wednesday with Mikey Arugula.
So rude.
What did I say?
She said she wanted to wear them to school. I said, no.
You're not going to wear them to school, sticker. Right?
Why?
All right, you got anything to add, Mikey, about the concert or the event at CITI Field last night?
He said something.
Could be Brooklyn Academy of Music.
That's it, Brooklyn Academy of Music.
See you next Thursday.
Wednesday, August 20th. Stay tuned. Me and Mikey Arugula are going to do another Every Little Thing Beatles episode number 11. I got more things to show, and Mikey's got things to show. Let's see if he gets us something new paste over by that time. He's going to be, I've never seen that something new paste over with us, the Beatles' second album underneath. That's rare as hen's teeth. You better have Perry Cox auction that one off.
Wednesday.
What?
He said, yes, I will save it for Wednesday.
All right.
Let me know if y'all want me to sing Here Comes the Sun on Wednesday.
Yeah, Sticker Granddaughter will sing Here Comes the Sun, and I'll sing Mr. Moonlight. Well, me and Mikey will do a duet. All right, thanks a lot from Louisville, Kentucky. Thanks for checking in with us. See ya.